First of all, fan of both of yours. What drew you to the big GeoStorm?
Yeah, it was a mixture of loads of things. You know, you sort of read the script and you're just bombarded by this sort of giant idea, this giant concept. And, you know, and as you're reading it, you realize within all these big ideas, there's very human sort of stories and interesting sort of character developments and relationships. And so it kind of was one of those films that has a bit of everything that you can get really excited about, you know.
Nice.
Plus we got to save the world, you know.
Yeah, that's all right. That's a good thing.
Doing a movie.
Yeah, it was just so much fun to be in a big movie like this. Honestly, like I really felt that the child in me just really just loved making this movie, you know. Every day was fun, every day was exciting. We did have an incredibly enthusiastic and passionate cast and crew. And I think that really helped because it kind of felt like you were just going to work every day with your buddies who were doing a really great job. And we were in a beautiful city, we're in New Orleans, and you know, but it's just such a fun, entertaining, big movie that's concept is kind of larger than life and is very intellectual, but it's easy to understand, easy to grasp, and feel like it could be real.
Yeah, it felt like a big movie that you could feel proud of, you know.
Yeah.
You know, rather than just a big silly movie that just, you know, you kind of, you know, might have to dress up in a ridiculous outfit and like do some pretty stupid stuff, and you know, it didn't feel like one of those. And so for me, it was like, yeah, this is a giant film, but I feel like there's some really interesting stuff kind of, you know, buried within it. You know,
well, if you do the sequel, you're going to have to wear the funny outfits, I'm pretty sure. That's good. That's when the funny outfits come.
That's fine.
Do you, I mean, I was talking to Dean, and there's, you know, obviously there is a we were talking about climate change, and there is hints of that in the film. Did you find it, as actors, did you want to tell that story as well? That, hey, yeah, look at what we're doing to the Earth. Let's take care of it.
Yeah, I can't deny that when I read the script, I was, you know, taken in by the entertainment of it, but was definitely attracted to the fact that it did carry with it a very deliberate and sort of important message about things like climate change and our impact on the planet. I mean, you can't not sort of feel kind of, okay, well, this is connected in some way to the real world that we're kind of living in. And as, you know, first and foremost, of course, I want people to be entertained, but it would be amazing if, you know, people left with some kind of consciousness or some sort of bigger sort of ideas of the impact of things like climate change, you know.
I could see that for sure. Yeah. For sure. Same with you.
Whilst having a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Like exactly what Jim said. I'd just be repeating if I said it again. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you
in an Australian accent.
Totally.
What was it like on set? I mean, it looks like there's a little bit practical. Were you like rained on all the time? Were you, I mean, or in space?
There were elements to being on the set that felt really big, and you know, a lot of stunts that we were a part of or were witnessing or in a scene with, and you know, it moves. The film moves, so we were constantly in this state of like energetic motion, which I think was really great. And Dean had, you know, so much enthusiasm and humor, and he really was always looking for how can we make this scene multi-layered, you know, bring a laugh into the drama, and I think that was really fun to work in that environment.
Thanks to a system of satellites, we can control our weather.
The entire city block collapsed in Hong Kong late last night.
First hailstorm in history. You can see the damage and devastation of buildings and vehicles wrecked by the storm.
This wasn't a malfunction.
Someone intentionally did this.
Are you going back up to space?
Think of it like I'm taking a vacation.
To a place 250 miles straight up and negative 450 degrees? Some holiday.
You got a point. We built this system of satellites to stop natural disasters. Someone is using it to create them.
There's potential for catastrophic weather events on a global scale.
A geostorm.
It's worse than we thought.
Yeah, I think we've established that.
Someone has turned the system into a weapon.
They're trying to change the map of the world.